a movie of the Telethon from the musical Dictators for... Oh. What? No, it's not right. Here. Yeah. It's better, I think.
With the voices of Christopher Shorr, James Jordan, Emma Ackerman, and Mary Wright playing a host of different...
Live from scenic Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, it's the Tyrants of Tomorrow Telethon.
Year after year, the Tyrants of Tomorrow Telethon supports the children. We have heard their stories, seen the looks on their faces when they're given a chance at a dream. We all know their stories. But what do we know about the man they know as Papa Carlo? A strong leader, a wise counselor, an admired adversary, a cherished friend. Generalissimo Carlo Supremo, a name synonymous with greatness. After an illustrious career, he was unjustly removed from leadership and wrongly convicted. Foreign interference was suspected. Interference, perhaps, from his rival for world domination, General Jefe Pablo. Despite their intense animosity and distrust, the two former dictators became friends during their years in prison for war crimes, and that friendship blossomed into their Las Vegas stage act, The Generals. They were a fixture in Vegas for years, co-hosting the telethon. Eventually, however, Jefe Pablo returned to his nefarious tricks and the two men parted ways. For the last 10 years, Papa Carlo has hosted alone, because unlike Jefe Pablo, he would never let down a poor, needy, helpless child. Generalissimo Carlo Supremo, a hero for the children.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, the Telethon Tyrant himself, Generalissimo Carlo Supremo!
We win only when you play along. Dummy, give us power, and what could go wrong? Dummy, give it up, live it up. The time is now. Close your eyes, it's no surprise. That's the way we get to power. It's great to be here, my friends, here with you, together for a greater cause. We're gonna make the magic happen for a lot of kids tonight. Kids that want to rise to greater heights. Anyone can do it, ladies and gentlemen, but only with your help. Forget everything you learned in school. Dummy, ready, set, and go. Now be a fool. Dummy, better than the golden rule. Dummy, we win only when you play along. Settle in, don't meddle in affairs of state. Gotta do your part if we're gonna start to take tyranny to an art. I'm gonna share a basic rule of thumb. Dummy, we hammer you till you succumb. Dummy, don't waste your time and try and overcome it. Dummy, dictators rule the world when you play along. If I had audience like this back in my place, I would still be great leader there. But I'm so much the happier one here with you tonight. Because, of course, the causa is for the kids, the future of the world. These lost ones. Look into their eyes, you see they have such a need. Are you ready to make some magic here tonight? Are you ready? Okay, let them make us some magic. Call the number on your screen to pledge. Every dollar counts. They need our help, your help, to make them strong leaders.
So call now for the children.
Forget everything you learned in school. Dummy, ready, set, and go. Now be a fool. Dummy, it's better than the golden rule, better than the things you learned in school. We win only when you play along.
Thank you. It's gonna be a beautiful night for you here tonight. And we have some wonderful guests. Tip-top dictators, despots, and authoritarian big shots. But the important thing about these guys is not the size of their armies, or the atrocities, or the persecution. It's what's in their hearts. We're all here for the children. And speaking of children, I see a child walking on the street, and he's kicking can. He's walking, he's a kicking can. He hath nothing but this can, but he is happy. And he's saying, life is so simple, la-di-da, and he's a kicking can. And the truck drive past and crush can. And he say, but now I have nothing. He's funny because it's true. It all starts with a single child and his dream. Dream is a beautiful thing. You got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? You know it? South Pacific. I remember a beautiful island in South Pacific. I like this. The beaches, beautiful. People resist, I crush them, take island, blah, blah, blah. It's a story for a different time. But the dream is so important. Poor boy have nothing but dream. Dream of power. Dream to rule the world. He cannot make it alone, but with your help, we make dream come true.
So call now. Call the number on your screen and help make the dream come true.
Speaking of dreams, I have dreamed the other night. In the dream, I die and go to heaven. And St. Peter, he's standing there by the gate, and he say, oh no, you can't come in. In your life, you kill so many people, and the torture, and so many bad things. No, you can't come in. And I say, but St. Peter, I pay for my crimes already. I pay with money I stole from the people in my country. Oh. He's funny because he's true. Time for our first guest. You might know him for his corruption and nepotism, or maybe for the ethnic persecution and human rights abuse. Whatever you know him for, he ran his country into the ground. I love this guy, and I know you're gonna love him too. He's black, and he's back. Idi Amin! Idi Amin, ladies and gentlemen! Idi, baby! How are you? Something's different about you. Is it the hair? I can't put my finger on it. Hello? Edie? After all these years, you think you can just walk in here? There wasn't enough room for the two of us on a single continent. You think there's a room enough on this stage?
You talk big. The question is, do you still have what it takes?
We win only when you play along. Dummy, give us power, and what could go wrong?
Dummy,
Give it up! Live it up! The time is now!
close your eyes.
It's no surprise, that's the way we get to power. Forget everything you learned in school, dummy.
Ready, set, and go. Now be a fool. Dummy,
It's better than the golden rule, dummy. We win only when you play along.
we'll take away the mystery, but you gotta ignore your history.
You learn nothing from your past. That's why guys like us can last. Dictators rule the world when you play a
Forget everything you learned in school. Ready, set, go. Now be a fool.
better than the golden rule, dummy. We win only when you play along.
The generals, ladies and gentlemen, together again.
Thank you. Gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you. The work you are doing here is so important. I'm here to give back.
Grazie, Jefe Pablo. And you know, every dollar we raise tonight goes directly to support our support of the tomorrow's children today and the today's Tyrants of tomorrow.
So, support tomorrow's children today and today's tyrants. So keep those calls coming.
Jefe Pablo.
Carlo Supremo.
Jefe.
It's been a long time.
You're seeing something special here tonight. A surprise. I think someone been doing a little something behind my back. Sneaky, sneaky business.
Our girl here thinks that she's gonna be a big bad dictator when she grows up. A female dictator is adorable. First, the tyrant tip of the day for you kids watching at home.
It's the people closest to you that you gotta look out for.
But all in good fun.
Having a good time.
Like the old days.
See, but you know the old saying, the old days is like old cats.
I don't think this works in English.
I gatti,
Yes, but the saying itself.
los gatos.
Yeah, cats. I know what it is, but...
You know, this guy is not actually from Argentina. He is...
Dios mío! You can be from Argentina and not be Latino. This happens.
It happens when you're a fake.
I'm not a... You know my story. Why stir this up?
Yeah, I know your story, but these nice people might like to know. We're having a television show right now. So tell the people how you, Jefe Pablo, great South American dictator, are not actually from South America.
I am from... My father was a German aristocrat, and my mother was a French whore. They immigrated to Buenos Aires after the war. I was born there. I am Argentine.
Left Germany after the war. So he was, a
Nice guy? Sure, he was a nice guy. For a Nazi.
And your mother was...
Don't say it.
You said it.
I can say it. You can't say it.
You son of a whore. We're just having fun. Keep those calls coming. We're also taking questions from the TV audience at home. So feel free to reach out on the social media. And while you're there, be sure to like us on the Facebook.
Oh, we have a call now. A question from Wayne in Vancouver, Canada.
Okay, let's have it. Wayne in Vancouver, you are on the air.
Awesome. long-time listener, first-time caller. I guess you could say I'm a would-be oligarch.
Wonderful.
You know, I haven't done much yet, just some local corruption. But I got big plans. I'm real glad to see the generals back together again. I got a bootleg from your final show in Vegas. I listen all the time. I think it was way out of line for Mussolini.
What's your question today, Wayne? Carlo Supremo is here. How can I help?
Oh, yeah. So this is a question for Jefe Pablo. You're the man when it comes to dodging tough questions. Master of evasion, right? Well, I keep hatching plots that get found out. Just can't seem to get people off of my trail, you know? Wonder if you have any advice for a beginner?
Yes, it's a common problem. You are letting these people pick the questions. You cannot have this. You must know the dangerous questions and guide the people to ask something that for you is not so dangerous. The scary girl wants a date, but you take her sweet sister instead. They look a bit alike, but the one should give you no trouble. Bueno, the master has spoken. Good luck, Wayne. Now get out there and privatize some state assets. Canada, such potential.
There you have it. Some expert advice from the master. Okay, our own scary girl is telling me it's time for a short break. But we'll be back in a moment with someone I know you're gonna love. So stay with us.
We'll be right back.
No surprises this
Tyrants
time.
of Tomorrow's Telethon.
The look in a young child's eye. It's the look of limitless possibilities. This is Teddy. Teddy is just like the little ones in your life. Pure potential. Well, who's this sad little cutie? Why, that's baby Pol Pot. He grew up to be the brutal leader of the Khmer Rouge and the force behind the Cambodian genocide. Looks like someone's feeling better, and maybe getting an idea for prison camps. But Pol Pot wasn't born brutal. You see, dictators aren't born, they're made. Although all of our little ones have dictator potential, it takes a special balance of abuse, neglect, and rejection to kindle the spark of narcissism and help build an inferiority complex that will ensure their success. And sure, some natural sociopathic tendencies don't hurt, but just because your little fella doesn't exhibit those yet, don't give up on him. He could surprise you. Today, Teddy is a toddler. What he is tomorrow is up to you. Do your part. Help these children. They are the Tyrants of Tomorrow.
And now we return to the Tyrants of Tomorrow Telethon.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. We are all having a great time here tonight. But you know who is not having a good time, General?
I do know, General. It's those poor kids out there trying to scrape together some fanatical followers or struggling to rig their first election.
Remember little Omar? Such a potential, but no way to making his dream a reality.
But with your help, we set up an offshore account and funded a military coup in a country without enough natural resources for the rest of the world to care. That gave him a foothold. And now he's threatening the stability of the entire region.
What a success story. It's inspiring. Let's bring out our first guest, the first real guest. I don't know what happened to Amin. You have him locked in a closet somewhere? Ooh, he's gonna be pissed. Okay, folks, here we go. You'll never see a bad portrait of our first guest.
'Cause he had them all destroyed, and then he shot the artists.
A heavy hitter by any standards, and my own hero in the mustache department.
You might know him as the Man of Steel, or Koba.
but we just know him as Uncle Joe. Come on out! Joe Stalin, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking good, comrade. Welcome.
Thank you, da. I'm feeling very good.
Look, I'm gonna jump right in. Born into a troubled family, tough childhood, grew up poor,
You are not going to make me cry, Carlo.
but from this humble beginning, you go on to found the Soviet Union.
I cannot take all credit. It was group effort.
This guy, so modest. Let's talk about the Great Purge.
Da, that one was all me.
Whew. Terrific name, Great Purge.
That was my marketing people, but yes.
And during the Great Purge, you imprisoned, tortured, and executed a heck of a lot of people.
Those were good years.
They say the road to Siberia is paved with human bones.
Da is known as Road of Bones.
Road of Bones. Terrific. Was that the marketing people too?
No, it's just road made of bones.
So what are we looking at? Bottom line, for total death count on your watch.
Not that it's a competition.
Well, if you include the 20 million Soviets who died in World War II, we're talking maybe 40 million.
Whew. Joe, you were in the game a longer time. You invented a lot of the tactics kids use today. The folks watching tonight want to learn from you. And I understand you have something to share.
Da is dance number. Please, to bring vodka. You will drink with me some Russian vodka.
So what is this dance?
It's called autocratic tactic.
Here it is, the autocratic tactic.
Drink. First you step to the right. Keep your money out of sight. Make sure your knees are bent. Keep the generals content. Now you do a little spin. Bring the military in. Put your hand on your chest. Say the army's best. Now you move your hips. And you build some ships. We call the little combo the military mambo. It's the first step to crack the autocratic tactic. Autocratic tactic. It's the autocratic tactic. Autocratic tactic. Learn the military mambo to attack the autocratic tactic. Run out the riffraff. Take 'em for a ride. It's the Gulag Shim Sham Siberian slide. Julie up and bop to bop, you're the top tonight. Stay blind to your weakness, stay deaf to your flaws. Never say you're sorry when you make the laws. Follow the leader, he knows the moves. You fall one and all in the autocratic groove tonight. Bop to bop, the autocratic tactic. Now you touch your leap. Identify the leadership. Make your right foot stomp. And you drain the swamp. Now make a finger a gun. Fire everyone. Fill the vacancies with yes men. Got no use for second guess men. You don't want debate when you're head of state. Because a little thing, the yes men swing. It's the next step to crack the autocratic tactic. He's got a groovy little ring. Do the military mambo and the yes men swing. Once you learn the moves, It ain't a complicated thing. It's just a step, a spin, the hand, the hips, the shim, the sham, the slide, the leap, the stomp, the gun, and you're done with the trip. Now you got a plan of attack, the autocratic tactic. It's just a step, a spin, the hand, the hips, the shim, the sham, the slide, the leap, the stomp, the gun, and you're done with the trip. Now you got a plan of attack, the autocratic tactic.
Joseph Stalin, folks, with the autocratic tactic. Wonderful. Thanks so much for being here tonight, Joe.
Dobronoci.
Hey, Joe! Where you going with that bottle in your hand? Could be a long night.
It's a beautiful night here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And a beautiful night for our kids. They're the future. Call now and give generously.
You know, General, we could just take their money by force. But we won't. We aren't in the strong arm business anymore.
That's right, General. It would also be a violation of the terms of our release.
Yes. Has Bethlehem produced any notorious world leaders?
I don't believe so.
Perhaps a corrupt local politician with great ambition?
Not sure.
Well, maybe we'll inspire someone tonight!
That could happen, Jefe.
Easy to imagine. The Butcher of Bethlehem. Yes, it could work.
The Punisher of Pennsylvania.
Why do you have to do that?
What I did?
I just made up a perfectly good name, and you changed it.
No. Your way was good. It's fine. It's a little bit obvious, maybe.
Not everything has to be fancy. It's simple, strong. The Butcher of Bethlehem. He's good, right? Yeah, see? The people, they love it.
Right. Jefe Pablo, man of the people. Everybody is in love with him. I remember. Always about you. Okay, you love him? Let's hear from our own Jefe Pablo. We have a guitar? Give our good friend a guitar. As I recall, your methods were not sophisticated, but they seem to work. And when you are dealing mainly with peasants, these kind of tactics are all you need.
Well, as I recall, sometimes it's the sophisticated things that get people in trouble.
Enough about me. Jefe Pablo, ladies and gentlemen.
Take a group of people and make them pick a side. You call for unity, but constantly divide. You pit the one against the other. You take a family and drive a wedge between two brothers. It's a cancer spreading across the land. There ain't a country in the world can withstand. There's no community you can't bust open wide. If you divide, divide, divide. Ay, ay, ay! Divide and conquer, conquer and divide. Just build a wall, put the people on two sides. Divide and conquer, conquistar and divide. Bend the people to your will, the ends are justified. In the art of war, people often are misguided. There's no need for open battle. Make them crack from the inside. You You got to plant the seed of suspicion and mistrust, and then sit back and watch your enemies go bust. Condenarme no tiene importancia. If you don't get it, you're full of ignorance. Take mi instrucciones and success procederá. La historia me absolverá. Ay, 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 ay! Divide and conquer. Conquer and divide. Just build a wall. Put the people on two sides. Divide and conquer. Conquistar and divide. Bend the people to your will. The ends are justified.
That was actually very good advice for all you aspiring autocrats out there. Was it some kind of Latino folk wisdom you learned from an old peasant?
Actually, I learned that from Kant and Machiavelli while studying political science at Harvard. Go Crimson! That's the sports team. You would recognize this if you had a PhD from Harvard. Look, I'm sorry, okay?
No,
I know you're sensitive about...
I shouldn't have... What am I doing? You see this? It's not about me. It's not about you. It's not about the baggage from our past. It's about the future. And it's about the kids. I'm sorry. Bygones?
Bygones?
Bygones.
Let's have a toast.
To the good old days?
No. To the good days still to come.
Yee. He's Joseph Stalin. You'd think he could spring for the good stuff. Okay, well, for once our girl here is doing something right. It's time for a break.
So do something right. Call now. The number's on your screen.
We'll be getting a drop-in from not one, but two wacky neighbors. Guess who's coming to dinner? Stay tuned.
The president, a public figure, a man of action. But the right man is hard to find, and the world is filled with knockoffs and fakes. Many politicians are just puppets, and most of them are clowns. Who are these puppets? And who controls their strings? You need someone who's his own man. Someone who doesn't rely so heavily on the support of his base, he'll topple without it. You need someone who can stand on his own two legs. You don't need another robo-president mechanically going through motions programmed and controlled by someone else. Or a brainless straw man doing someone else's bidding. You can dress any dummy up to look like a president. But who is the right man for the job? A figure ready for action. Carlos Supremo. Nobody's puppet.
There's magic in the air. It's a special night.
Even more special because it's shared with old friends who are coming together to support a great cause. And speaking of old friends, Carlo, maybe we bring one out to the stage.
Great idea, Pablo. What can we say about our next guest? He's the Kramer to our Seinfeld. He's the Ethel to our Lucy. Let's bring out the wackiest neighbor in Dictator Town, Muammar Gaddafi! What? You don't like being called the wacky neighbor? But everybody loved the wacky neighbor. We meant it as a good thing. I thought you'd like it.
But I did not like it. Ha! I loved it!
Oh, you really had me going, but that is so you. We never know what to expect.
All part of the plan, bro. You have to keep people guessing. Unpredictable is good. For the kids just starting out, I say, cultivate the crazy. Go wild. Have fun with it. You gotta love what you do. Remember, you might hook some with the threat of prison, but you keep some with the cult of personality. They don't follow my ideas, they follow me. If I say it, it is so. Reality is what I say it is.
Not to get too philosophical here, but you can't just make up reality. Some things simply are. Facts are facts.
Whoa, no. Under no conditions can you ever concede a fact. Discredit the media. Get with the times, my friends. Cut out the middleman, take it to the people. You got to be the only source of believable information. They cannot know what is real. When people are off balance, they'll go wherever you push them. Get out of here, guys. This is my groove. Tell them they don't know what they know. The results are amazing. Tell them they don't know what they know. They won't know what to do. Tell them they don't know what they know. It'll drive them crazy. And if they're busy going crazy, they're too busy to see the truth. Lack of logic drives them to unravel. So madness has them running to and fro. And when they're on the brink of going crazy, you just tell them they don't know what they know. I know the sun will come up tomorrow. I know that 1 and 1 is 2. I know the sky above is blue. You don't know what you know. You never knew what you knew. Tell them they don't know what they know. The results are amazing. Tell them they don't know what they know. They won't know what to do. I saw you clearly break the law. You didn't see what you saw. I brought the wheel to get you caught. You didn't bring what you brought. We fought hard to stay united. No, you didn't fight it. You never knew what you knew. You didn't see what you saw. You didn't think what you thought. Or do what you did, or bring what you brought, or feel what you felt, or fight who you fought. 'Cause like it or not, you don't know what you know.
Muammar Gaddafi, ladies and gentlemen. Terrific advice from a guy who knows. Thanks for being here, my friend. Stay out of trouble.
Hey, good looking. You wanna touch my puppet?
That's a one kooky guy.
Completely loco.
The lines are open to accept your calls with donations.
And also your questions and comments.
Yes, but not so much comments.
They can also reach out through the social. Is that right?
Hashtag Tyrants of Tomorrow. Hashtag Be My Despot. Hashtag I Heart Dictators. We do have something here from Twitter.
Okay, a tweet.
At Free Freedom 1600 writes, huge fan. You guys get a bum rap. People don't get what you do. Sad.
It is sad.
Thank you at Free Freedom 1600. It's kids like you that make it all worthwhile. Keep fighting the good fight.
Let's take an email.
Despot in Dayton writes, I understand it's important to be strong and keep people in line. Fear is essential. But don't you also want to be loved? How do you find the right balance?
Great question, Despot in Dayton. A lot of young authoritarians struggle with this. Such a tough balancing act. But you know who was a real master? Our very own Generalissimo!
Oh, you're so kind. But yes, this was a bit of a specialty for me. And I happen to have a song on this very topic.
Ah, for your listening pleasure.
Love and fear is not two different things. It's the same thing. This is the trick.
The lower people think they high. The more they need someone above, the more dependent they become. The more they give you the love.
It's no have to make sense to be true.
A nation is a family, the leader on top. The people are babies, they learn from pop. The nation is a barnyard, the people are sheep. If you tell them what to do, they don't make a peep. But you got to be strong, and the people must be weak. Papa got to be big, Papa got to be tough. Papa got to be strong, so I hope you like it rough. Papa got to draw the line, he got to be gruff. Cry uncle to Papa when you've had enough. Everybody, 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 everybody pleasing Papa. Everybody, 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 everybody needs a love. Everybody, 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 everybody pleasing Papa. Everybody, everybody, everybody wants a Papa's love. Papa, I'm a poor little lamb. Papa, and I'm stuck in a jam. Baby, all you need is Papa's love. Come on out.
Everybody, 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 everybody pleasing Papa.
So I hope you like it rough.
Everybody, 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 everybody needs a love. Everybody, 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 everybody pleasing Papa.
And I'm stuck in the jam.
Everybody, everybody, everybody wants a Papa's love. Everybody, 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 everybody pleasing Papa. Everybody, 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 everybody needs a love. Everybody, 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 everybody pleasing Papa. Everybody, everybody, everybody wants a Papa's love.
Grazie, grazie. Papa loves you. I kiss you all.
How about that, folks? Generalissimo Carlos Supremo!
What's next?
The cooking segment!
A couple of years ago, we introduced a new cooking segment to the Telethon. Family favorite recipes.
Yes, I thought this was a nice addition. Erdogan made a splash butchering a lamb on stage. Bold choice.
And Viktor Orban was here last year with a goulash that was delicious. Maybe a little too much paprika for my taste. But don't tell him I said so. He's not so great with criticism.
That kid's got potential. We should keep an eye on him.
We had a lot of requests to bring that segment back. Well, we got someone very special for you tonight, here to share an old family recipe. His father was father of the fatherland, so world domination is in his blood. Ladies and gentlemen, please snap to attention and put your hands together for Little Timmy Hitler! Hello, little Timmy.
Hi.
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 How are you today?
Okay.
Are you excited to be on the television?
Yeah.
That's a nice outfit you've got there.
Yeah.
So, are you going to share a family recipe?
Yeah.
Okay. This is one of your favorites?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is it?
Goat?
Goat, huh? It's a bit unusual favorite for a little boy. Okay, well, we're just gonna leave you to it then. A recipe from Little Timmy Hitler.
Take away protection from the biggest class. Eliminates the safety nets. There's an age-old question how to control the mob. But once you know the secret, it becomes an easy job. I hope you people have a strong stomach. A quart of frightened and a pinch of confused. A sprinkle of anxious when dollop abused. 2 cups of desperate, a fistful of rough. Go heavy on hatred, you can't have enough. It's a recipe for scapegoat. Anyone can be framed once you serve up a scapegoat. Someone else is to blame. Everyone loves a scapegoat. Serve it up in a tasty pie. You'll have fun making scapegoat. Come on and give it a try. Now stir the pot and stoke the fire. You fan the flames till they go higher. You know that it's done if they take the bait. When you're ready to serve, tell them who to hate. What's happening to law and order? Mexicans across the border lost your shirt in currencies. The problem is the damn Chinese. The price of gas has just increased. The problem is the Middle East. For any problem caused by you, why not blame the Jews? It's a recipe for scapegoat. Anyone can be framed once you serve up a scapegoat. Someone else is to blame. Everyone loves a scapegoat. Serve it up in a tasty pie. You'll have fun making scapegoat. Come on, give it a try. Add a garnish of bias and national pride. With enough misdirection, any taste you can hide. This recipe works if you don't mind the taste. It helps with recruitment, it feeds the base. It works in the west, it works in the east. So pray hate the oven, prepare for the feast. It's a recipe for scapegoat. Not a belly goat. More bitter than cabbage. less than cyan. Not everyone loves a scapegoat. It's a piece of cake. Once you master scapegoat, you graduate to genocide.
No, no, no. Little boys cannot drink the beer.
Father says you're next.
Ouch! That little shit!
He's a little bit scary child. I tell you though, there is something about that youthful energy, that optimism, that confidence. It reminds me of us when we were starting out.
Listen to you, talking like it's over. I'm telling you, we've still got it. We could have a second act. We got a bum rap in that trial. We still have supporters. We could be bigger than ever.
Now we're gonna be big time. Now we're gonna have our day. Now they'll say that we were right all along, or we're gonna make them pay. We are the Tyrants. We are the Giants. And they're playing our song.
Now we're gonna be big time. Now we're gonna prove 'em wrong. Now we'll make our countries great once again, and you better come along. We've been aggressive. We've been oppressive. And they're playing our song.
They'll write about us in the history books.
We'll have 'em lie and say we were not crooks.
Whenever people say we stole the crown, we will not frown, we'll say, forget the rest. We were the best damn dictators of our day.
And if someday they doubt us, if they question the choices that we made,
Rest assured, our descendants will find them. Even from our graves, we'll make them pay.
Now we're gonna be big time. Now we're going to have our day. Now so say that we were right all along, or we're gonna make them pay. We are the tyrants. We are the giants. Uns er playing our song.
They'll write about us in the history books.
we'll have 'em lie and say we were not crooks.
Whenever people say we stole the crown, we'll double down on say
We were the best damn dictators. Just a couple of trick-tators. Best damn dictators. Some would dare to call us prick-tators.
The
Best damn dictators of our day.
Not again!
This portion of the Tyrants of Tomorrow Telethon is brought to you by Coos R Us. When it's time for your next military
Are you all alone? Are you sad because you got no friends and you're an ugly pig? Are you dreaming of being the center of attention? It's tough to get to the top on the Tyrant track, and the lieutenant next to you always seems to get the breaks. It's tough being second place, but when you take a good hard look in the mirror, you know the truth. You're second in command for a reason. You're an ugly pig, but without popularity, you can't get followers. And without followers, how the devil are you supposed to overthrow that trusted friend of yours who's currently sitting on the throne? Well, your answer is just a phone call away. Coups are us. For an upfront premium, access to natural resources, and a cut of the gross national product moving forward, Coups R Us will supply you with all the rebels you need to storm the castle, overthrow the old guard, and install your own sparkly new regime. Heck, they'll even pretend to be local so you can claim a legitimate victory and popular support. So what are you waiting for, you second-rate desperate despot? Make that call today. Coups R Us. We bring the coup to you.
Let's bring out our next guest. Some call him a Serbian national hero.
And some call him the Butcher of the Balkans.
We call him Slobo the Showman. And he's got a routine for us tonight. Slobodan Milosevic, ladies and gentlemen, come on out!
Butcher of the Balkans, come on, guys. Why you got to be so mean, eh? Sad emoji, sad emoji. Bullet to the back of the head emoji. Hey, just messing with us. Hey, Butcher, huh? Poof. Musharraf, right? He said, she said. Unless you're an ethnic minority in Bosnia. In which case, you don't say anything at all, because you did. Nature of genocide, am I right? What? Too soon. Okay, no genocide jokes. Tough crowd, guys. Oh, check out this little number. Hard to trot emoji. Come on over here and I'll show you my Serbian eggplant emoji. Hey-oh. Oh, come on, dance with me. We'll tear it up like Yugoslavia. Come on, baby.
Speaking of dancing, Slobo, when are you going to show us some soft shoe?
Oh, sure. I'll be catching up with you backstage, baby. Here we go. The Slobo Shuffle. Check it.
Just about enough of these father-mucking dictators walking around like they rule the world. Granted, I have aspirations of my own, but I was taking it in stride until this guy. Even his name gives me the creeps. Milosevic. First name, Slobodan.
Dictators in the history books are all the same. Each one's a jerk. Ceausescu and Hussein, the two were lazy, they did no work. Pol Pot and Gaddafi were both crazy, they went berserk. If not for Turkish coffee, we'd gloss right over Ataturk. You give away your power all at once, or by degrees. But they attack you now on many fronts, like a slow disease. Do nothing when the symptoms first begin. You get a rash. It grows like something itchy on your skin. You want to scratch. Adolf and Benito, same with Joseph Tito. Scratch the itch. We all agree that life's a bitch with Slobodan Milosevic. They tried diplomatic tactics in the Congo and Liberia. It got a bit didactic in the Balkans and in Syria. Sanctions couldn't stop them in Zimbabwe and Namibia. Embargoes couldn't topple them in Cuba and in Libya. You think the East is neato, have tea with Hirohito, scratch the itch. We all agree that life's a bitch with Slobodan Milosevic. A billion people can be wrong about Mao Zedong, scratch the itch. We all agree that life's a bitch with Slobodan Milosevic. To not go after Ho Chi Minh would be a sin, scratch the itch. We all agree that life's a bitch with Slobodan Milosevic. Sing with me, Milosevic, 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 Milosevic. Just think of that son of a bitch and scratch the itch.
Wasn't that a treat? Slobodan Milosevic, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us, Slobo.
Gotcha.
Love him or hate him, you have to admit he's got some moves, huh? Hey, what was...
The catering cart just fell down the stairwell.
Was anyone...
It's Milosevic. He was just grabbing a snack when it happened. He's dead.
Not Slobo. What a way to go.
He did love his craft services.
So tragic. Let's observe a moment of silence.
Tragic? Seriously? That guy was a total prick. And sure, you can take me to task for the potentially questionable morality of crushing him with a craft services cart, but I say the world is better off. And it felt good. I'd like to do it again. And I happen to have. Because you should always have poison with you for moments just like this.
He will be missed.
By a small but loyal cadre of right-wing Serbian nationalists.
Musharraf.
Herr Goebbels is ready.
Our next guest is not a dictator himself, but has contributed so much to the cause. We can learn a lot from this guy, so listen up. Here he is, Hitler's Minister of Propaganda, Joseph Goebbels! Welcome, Herr Goebbels.
Goebbels.
Goebbels. Welcome, Mr. G.
So, Senor G, some of the top guys in the field are the ones who are great performers. They make it look easy. But you are back there working with them behind the scenes, crafting that message, polishing the performance.
Yeah.
Give us a peek behind that curtain.
Super. Here it is, a lesson from Mr. G.
Ein. Repetition und commitment. Find a slogan that sounds appealing. Repeat it over and over. Empty promise, fine. Lies, fine. Truth, fine. Just commit to it and repeat it often enough, and it will be successful. Zwei. Whatever bad things people say about you, you say about them. You say, I'm a liar. No, you are a liar. You're lying right now by calling me a liar. You're the king of liars. You're the mayor of Liartown. You're president of the Liar Club of Liars. Drei. Say everything that people want to hear. What do you want? Whatever it is, support me. I will give you that. promise everything. And say it like you mean it. Remember,
If you sell it, they will buy it. You can do it if you try it. Halt! Never say what you mean. You can't give it away. You got to sound like you mean what you said when you said it. You bet it would resound in the head if they read it double down and insist that you said what you meant to say. The congressmen insist that your new bill be dismissed. Both sides are pissed, but the bill's in disarray. If you say it like you mean it, even though they've never seen it. If you say it like you mean it, they believe you mean what you say. Never say what you mean, you can't give it away. You got to sound like you mean what you said when you said it. You bet it would resound in the head if they read it double down and insist that you said what you meant to say. So say it like you mean it if you mean to. Repeat after me. I don't mean what I say, but I say it like I mean it.
I don't mean what I say, but I say it like I mean it.
They will buy it if I sell it.
They will buy it if I sell it.
So sell it, I will.
So sell it, I will.
Go sell that swill! Never say what you mean. You can't give it a... You can't give it a...
Mr. G! Mr. G!
Is he? Muerto!
Get him out of here! We're on live television!
Part of the show?
Part of the show? It's a part of the show! We're just a play tricks! well, my good friends, we're just gonna take a little break here and be right back. Tyrant of Tomorrow! Call now!
Some politicians act like tough guys. They get photo ops with dictators and give themselves military parades. Their idea of corruption is weak teen nepotism. Their idea of brutality is name-calling. But if they're so corrupt, where are their palaces of gold? If they're so brutal, where are their prison camps? Are you sick of half measures? Are you tired of being teased with half-hearted authoritarian tactics only to have your politicians revert to lame old democratic rule? Are you ready to step up your game? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're a faker too. Maybe you tiptoe around totalitarianism but will never take the plunge. Move to France, you wuss. This ain't for you. When you're tired of the posers and the wannabes, turn to the real thing. Get yourself a guy who lives up to the hype. Elect a tyrant today.
Welcome back to the Tyrants of Tomorrow Telethon. We're having a great night here in sunny Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
And we're doing it all for the kids.
Our next guest is recently retired as the head honcho of Zimbabwe after nearly 40 years.
Longer than Stalin, but not quite beating out Gaddafi.
Let's give a warm Tyrants of Tomorrow welcome to Robert Mugabe!
Mr. Robert Mugabe!
Oh no! It can't be!
Mugabe will not be joining us.
What's happening? A coordinated attack?
It's a coup!
A coup? A coup! One of our old rivals?
Someone bold.
Someone audacious.
Someone to be reckoned with.
Let's get you a drink.
Yeah, okay, I think it's a good idea. Oh.
It's not a coup. It was me! I did it! Me! I killed Mugabe! I poisoned Goebbels! And yes, it was I who crushed Slobodan Milosevic under a craft services cart! For years I've been trying to get these guys to take me seriously, but they won't see me that way. This is bullshit. I just murdered 3 notorious dudes. It was a move straight out of the fascist playbook. I ambushed people here in my own circle. It was like Hitler with the Night of the Long Knives. I majored in German studies. I wrote my master's thesis on the corruption of Mein Kampf by future generations. I sell hand-stitched adorable Adolf dolls on Etsy. Is a Hitler comparison so much to ask?
I'm an up-and-coming dictator, but I never get the credit. You know the coup in Nicaragua, but not the girl who led it. I read the papers, scan the net. I search my name, but as of yet, I haven't seen myself compared, and it makes me insecure. If I could see it just one time, I think that I'd be satisfied. But all these years and never once a passing reference to Der Führer. This world is gonna know my wrath. I've devoted my life to the dictator path. No family, no boyfriend, that's fine, that's a trade-off. But can't somebody pretty please compare me to Adolf? I rigged a state election, pulled a switcheroo, strong-armed a politician till the guy withdrew. I'm willing to do it, I'll try something new. What's a girl gotta do without 6 million Jews? A girl can be like Hitler too. Look anywhere someone's being compared, they don't even want it, but no one is spared. CEOs and senators all think it's a slur. Hillary's offended when they say it to her. You hear that, cashier? What a Nazi! She charged me for beer. Such a Nazi, said I was a cow. What a Nazi, with all that I'm doing, how can they not see? Only room in this club for little despot boys, way too obsessed with their despot toys. Erecting taller buildings, drilling deeper holes, hoisting giant flags up gigantic poles. They got the biggest missiles, got the longest range, got the fastest speed, but don't you find it strange? They love to get their pictures with enormous guns on enormous ships that weigh 1,000,000 tons. Seems like someone's missing something, but I'm the one. I'm an up-and-coming dictator, but I never get the credit. You know the coup in Nicaragua, but not the girl who led it. I got a brain, I got the cash. I can be mean and I can be rash. I play their games and all their stunts, but they still say, see you later. I can be tough, I can be sick, I can play rough, but I never get picked. All these years and never once, 'cause I can't grow a dictator's mustache.
they'll see what an adversary I am. Now they'll take me seriously. Let's turn to another page in the fascist playbook. Time to divide and conquer. And I have just the wedge to drive them apart.
No, that's why he's got Los Gatos. There's something different about you. I can't put my finger on it.
Maybe it's the vodka, but suddenly I'm inclined to take her more seriously. We were just backstage talking about the desire to have a strong man in charge. We've heard from several people tonight who have talked about various strategies to manipulate and sway. But we would be doing a terrible injustice to dictators if we didn't address a much more basic tactic.
Sometimes you just need to make people do what you want.
Pure and simple.
Papa gets out his stick.
Hell yeah. Our next guest knows a thing or two about that.
He wields fear like a weapon.
He's known as the Butcher of Baghdad.
Oh, come on. Butcher of Baghdad? Really? That's all you got?
What?
Everything butcher for you. Butcher of this, butcher of that. Get some new material.
I didn't make it up. That's what they called him. Get off my case. We're very happy to have him with
iron-fisted...
We're very happy to...
Iraqi Balboa.
Here he is, Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, turns out there was some sort of scheduling hang-up. Looks like Hussein won't be joining us.
But who's gonna do the number with us? Who's backing me up on Strongman of my Heart?
Don't worry, I filled the slot. Here you go.
It is my great honor to introduce our next guest. The greatest Italian... not my words. Greatest Italian dictator of all time and my own personal role model, Benito... What the hell?
You got Benito? For real? He's here? Where?
No. You both know how I feel about him.
And we're going to commercial now. Cut!
Your navy is neglected. Your tanks are tired. Your weapons are outdated and, frankly, embarrassing. We'll stop your mourning and start your overhaul. Cause Crazy Misha got you covered. We got the fastest fighters, the hottest choppers, and the biggest guns. Your bombs make the biggest boom. You got my word for it. Get it here and get it now. At prices this insane, our drones are flying off the ship. Be the envy of all your dictator friends with the latest toys. It's cash business. Walk in with suitcase of money, ride out in just slightly reused Russian tank. Get it all and get it now. Come and get it. Misha's Military Emporium.
Il Duce himself, Benito Mussolini.
Benito.
So good to see you! I can't believe it!
I am here for the children.
Good man. Well, let's get right to it. It's an oldie but a goodie. Strong arm tactics, threats and intimidation.
What can I say? It works. This is always true.
Well, not
always true. People fall into line to avoid exposure to danger. They wanted to hide.
In this day and age, though, doesn't it hurt your image to be seen as a bully?
They love a bully. Oh, see a small citizen. He is scared. He picked between two opponents. One is bully, the other the one being bullied. Oh, the citizen, he want no attention. He picked the bully. Always a little bit of fear is good. This is the way you are keeping order. Now a system works.
Yes, but he's not always the...
Always the way. Show him you're the big man. Show him who's the boss. Crush the competition. There's a reason that they lost. The song the people sing is about the country's glory, not how gory the path, not how gruesome the story. No one cares about your crime if the trains are on time, so you do the math. It's either my way or the highway. I tell them that before I take them out. Either you're with me or I'm setting your soul free, but not before I make you scream and shout. When you're with me, things are roses, sunny days and lots of laughs. But if you cross me, cross your fingers that you don't get the shaft. It's either my way or the highway. I tell them that before I string them up. Ain't nothing you can do when I put the screws to you. You'll change your tune once you've had enough. Some guys will talk it over, some will compromise. I'd rather cut right through it by cutting out your eyes. It's either my way or the highway. I tell them that before I cart them off. To avoid untimely death, you better hold your breath when I push your head into the trough.
It's a disco, fascist dance break. Disco, fascist dance break. It's a disco, fascist dance break. Disco, fascist dance break.
Some people call it torture. You can call it what you will. All the folks who criticize me overdose on sleeping pills. It's either my way or the highway. Nobody has to hear it twice. It's my way, my way, my way, my way, or the highway.
Benito Mussolini, ladies and gentlemen, and the 3 Dictators.
Great dancing, Bonito! You still got it!
You like his dancing so much? How you think he dances with only one working leg?
Yeah. Okay, settle down.
Carlo, you're such a drama queen.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Show us your moves now, Duce.
What have you done?
Benito is so graceful. Benito singing like a bird.
Look what you did!
What I did? What you did? Two generals, due generale, due dittatore.
You could never live up to him. And you never will. You will always be a second-rate despot.
After all these years, you think you can just walk in here? There wasn't enough room for the two of us on a single continent. You think there's a room enough on this stage?
You talk big. The question is, do you still have what it takes? Bygones?
No bygones.
I'll show you. I'll show the world. E poi c'era un dittatore.
Oh, yeah.
Zero dictatores.
Look what you did. Oh. Jefe. But that really hurts.
Oh, I like it.
Jefe. Jefe.
Leave me alone.
Come back here.
Leave me alone.
We do bygones.
No bygones.
Do the bygones.
Never bygones again.
One more bygone.
No bygones. Zero bygones.
Ooh! Ta-da!
No. The last thing that you, the people, want is another dictator. I'm nothing like them.
Put down the cane. Take off the sash. Take off the jackboots. Hang up the sword. We all know what a dictator looks like. No more disguises. Take off the mask. Their ways were so passé, I don't know how they'd even work today. They're too bold, and people push back on the old-time tactics. They see the lies, recognize we have to revolutionize. It's the way of evolution. We need a new solution. We can't look like dictators anymore. No more ridiculous poses. No more glasses with mustache noses. I've unlocked the secret of it all. I'm gonna get it right. I'm hiding in plain sight. The best disguise is no disguise at all. Now I'm gonna be big time. Now I'm gonna prove 'em wrong. Now I'll make the country great once again, and you'd better come along. They were oppressive. I'll be progressive, and they're playing my song. It's time for hope. It's time for change. It's time to put our country first for a new day. We all know what a dictator looks like. No more weird hairdo choices. No more villains with wacky voices. I've unlocked the secret of it all. I'm gonna get it right. I'm hiding in plain sight. The best disguise is no disguise at hell to the chief. She's the one you can believe in. 'Cause the best disguise is no disguise at all.
They win only when you play along. Dummy, give 'em power and it all goes wrong. Dummy, live it up, don't give it up. The time is now. If you close your eyes, it's no surprise. That's the way they get to power.
Remember everything you learned in school, dummy.
Ready, set, and go, don't be a fool. Dummy, it's better than the gold. golden rule, dummy. They win only when we play along. Don't settle in, gotta meddle in affairs of state. Gotta do your part if we're gonna start to make tyranny fall apart. We're gonna share a basic rule of thumb, dummy. They hammer you till you succumb, dummy. But if we see the signs and fail to recognize them, we're the dum-dums, dummy. They only rule the world if we play along.
Bygones? Bygones.